Welcome to another episode of Sports and Discourse with your host, Derek Stevenson. And on today's episode, as usual, we're going to break down Kentucky's 104-92 win over Africa for their third victory in the Globl Jam. Tonight, they're going to be trying to cap off the championship against Canada. But before we get to that, we're going to do a breakdown of the highlights like we always do. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right on into it and see what we can take away from the game.
Ready to go. Game 3 for the Cats here in Toronto. Tap controlled by Team Africa.
I still think it's crazy that we got our small forwards and stuff doing the jump ball because we down both of our centers. Justin Edwards kind of started off slow, but I like what he's been doing. Looked like his confidence got back, and he's kind of starting to feel his way around the court and get involved more. Jordan Burke is one of the interesting situations for me because I feel like Jordan Burke is playing pretty good, but I feel like he's going to be the one that potentially gets left out when we have Ugonna Onyenso and Aaron Bradshaw return. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on him and seeing how much minutes he plays and different things like that. But I feel like, unfortunately, he's going to be the one that may get the short end of the stick. But I hope Calipari does a good job of managing everybody's minutes. I know he feels like he has a bunch of ball players, so he doesn't really have to just force feed anybody. He doesn't have to have certain guys that have to play 30 minutes every night. He's not going to have to force the ball into somebody's hands. Should be, we should have a multitude of different guys that score. Probably Antonio Reeves is probably going to be our leading scorer, but outside of him, we might have multiple guys that become the second and third option during the season. It could be DJ Wagner. It could be Justin Edwards, Reed Shepard, Dillingham, these guys. But I can't wait to see what happens when we get our full team back. One of the things they asked Rob Dillingham about his minutes, and he said the right things. He basically said he was playing bad, and the other guys was playing well, DJ and Reed, and it just wasn't his night, so he had to sit on the bench. I hope that when these things happen during the season, that our guys are able to handle it and not let it get them down and stay confident, stay working hard, and just keep improving and keep being team players. But I want to talk about Thero a little bit. Thero's really impressed me in the beginning of this, preseason, I guess, if you will. Summer ball, whatever we calling it. I like what I'm seeing from Thero. Last year, he just had some moments where he was playing good in short periods of time. But then during the season, I feel like he had some games where his minutes extended a little bit. And it kind of seemed like he was losing some of his confidence, making more mistakes than normal. Just wasn't playing as consistent. But so far, he's been one of our more consistent players in this Globl Jam. Playing really hard, hustling. He's attacking the rim. He's been going to the rim pretty strong, and he's had some really powerful finishes. So I'm pretty, overall, I would say I'm pretty impressed with his progression versus where he ended last season.
As he was standing on the right side of the basket when he got no good. It's tapped around. Reeves comes out with it for Kentucky. Cats are running 3-on-1. Lob. Thero dunks it.
There's Thero again with another strong finish, catching the alley-oop, and probably should have been an and one, but he's not worried about the referees. He's just finishing like he's supposed to. Antonio Reeves is going to be the key to Kentucky's success. I'm loving Reed Shepard too. I'm actually even though I believed in Shepard, I started paying attention to him last year, watched him play some AAU ball, watched him play in the summer against some top rated competition. So I was actually impressed with Reed Shepard starting last summer, and then I watched him, in Kentucky's Sweet 16. I watched him play in person, and they didn't win the championship, but I really liked what I saw from him. So I expected him to play well, but even he's exceeding my expectations of him. And you never know, the sky could be the limit for Reed Shepard. Like, a lot of people, I think, were looking at him like he's going to be this 4-year player that's just happy to be at Kentucky because of his name. But you never know. He could progress in a way where he may get an outside look at the NBA in a couple of years. You just never know. And depending on what kind of season he has, I mean, maybe, I don't want to say he could be one and done yet, but I mean, you just never know because he's just playing really well. But initially, I think this team is just going to go as far as Antonio Reeves can take us. Antonio Reeves looks like the player that I thought he was going to be last year. And, sometimes maybe it just takes a little while for you to get used to the competition, get used to, the physical nature of playing Power 5 basketball because, he had played mid-major Illinois State. And when he came to Kentucky, he looked like a guy that was a mid-major level player until sort of the end of the season. He started to get a little confidence, but he still had some shaky moments even after he had played some good games. But right now it's looking like consistently he may do big numbers. He may be Kentucky's next 20-point average per game player, and he might end up being in the high 20s. He seems like he's pretty capable so far of getting, I could see maybe him averaging 22 to 23 points a game if he continues to play like this. But I believe that he's got to be the leader of, he's got to be the leader of all of these young men. They have to, even though they may feel like they're more talented than him, they have higher potential than he does. They have to look to him, and he has to take over the team. He has to do for this team what I thought Casey Wallace was going to have to do for us last year. And they're going to have to just ride on Reeves' back. And I don't mean like he's going to have to be the hero, take all the shots. I just mean he's got to be the vocal leader on and off the court. They have to be willing to listen to him. And he has to set the tone. And if he does that every single night and these guys feed off of him, Kentucky could be a super dangerous team. And that's what I want to see. I want to see when we get the whole team back healthy. What I was talking to one of my friends, and he said that he would like to see Kentucky have 7 to 8 starter level players, and he would feel comfortable that they could make a deep run. And he was just saying that, like, if Bradshaw, Onyenzo, some of these guys that, when they come back and the team is fully healthy, he wants to see them have 5 to 8 guys that could start in pretty much every other SEC team. And he will feel comfortable. And I do think we may have that because I don't know what the starting lineup is going to be. Calipari seems to have more options than he's had in the last couple of seasons. So we could potentially have starter level production from guys coming off the bench. So, I just can't wait to see. But I think it all is going to end. It's going to begin and end with Antonio Reeves.
Gets cut off out to Shepard, around to Reeves, open three, left wing, yes.
Reeves' confidence, if he plays like this, he probably, I would have little doubt that he'll end up being a first-round draft pick if he plays consistently like this throughout the season. And he might not be having 29, 30 points every game. But like I said, if he can be like a 20-point scorer and consistently do it like this, I I don't see why some NBA team wouldn't take a chance on Reeves.
Thiero down the lane, pass to the left corner to Mitchell. Mitchell diagonal pass to Shepard, fakes the three from the top, passes right side to Reeves, slides left, a three, good.
Good step back.
Like I said, I really want to see my guy Rob Dillingham get going.
Drives through the defense, gets into the lane, goes
I love Reed Shepard, though. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Reed Shepard
falling out of bounds.
just has a super calm game.
Footer rattles in.
Just doesn't seem like he's ever in a rush. Doesn't seem like he ever gets rattled. Kind of just plays at his own pace.
Goes to the rim and puts
And, you know, he's playing well.
tries to drive, double team, jump pass out to Reeves, open three, left side, got it.
Boy, he
But, yeah, Antonio Reeves is just looking like he's ready to go to another level.
so good leaving his hand.
Shepard skips across the midcourt.
He's kind of reminding me of the Blue Arrow back when Jamal Murray played at Kentucky.
It's left off the pick, inside the arc, step back three, yes sir.
Some of the shots that Reeves is taking now, some of the shots that Reeves is taking now is just, you can just tell his confidence is back the way it was when he was playing at Illinois State. Because I don't even think he has enough confidence to shoot like that last year. I think he would be afraid that if he missed, he would be taken out the game, or I think he would be feeling the pressure of playing at Kentucky and just, you know, letting that weigh on him and making him shoot bad. But now he just seems to be just playing his game. He seems to feel like he's one of those dudes. And he's looking like it. So, like I said, I can't wait to see how he looks against Power 5 competition, because I think he is going to be the key. I think he's going to open up things and make things a little easier for the younger guys, because they're not going to have all the pressure that they normally have. Like DJ Wagner is going to be, you know, the second or third option on any given night. Whereas under normal circumstances, he would be the absolute face of Kentucky in a way that could be potentially, you know, hurtful to his progression, because he would have all that pressure on him like normal. So the normal super guards that come to Kentucky. So this could be having Reeves and Mitchell, guys like that just got the experience, have the knowledge of playing Power 5 ball, can help these guys and bring them along. And if these two guys, especially Reeves, if he takes over the team, like I said, I just think we're gonna be dangerous. I gotta wait and see what we do against competition. I hate to keep bringing that up, but I've just been fooled so many times. But I really feel like skill wise, this is one of the best groups overall that Kentucky's had in a little while.
First half and 5 threes for Antonio Reeves, and 57 to 41. 18 seconds to play in the half as Shepard stands and dribbles out deep on the right side. Goes into the lane, dumps it under for a layup by Mitchell.
Very nice.
I always say about Mitchell, I just love how he always makes himself available.
Wagner cuts, gets the pass and scores.
Mitchell finds a way to make himself noticed by the guards. All of our guards seem to be able to penetrate pretty well. But he just always puts himself in a position to where it's easy for them to drop it off to them if they get caught up in some traffic, or if they can't, you know, get all the way to the basket. Mitchell just has a knack to fill the right spot, which is going to be extremely helpful for Kentucky this year.
Left corner three, good.
Boy, they keep answering the call.
Off the pick from Thiero, he goes left, can't turn the corner, dumps it down to Mitchell, who turns and scores.
The one thing that I did notice when I was watching the game in real time was, without the 7-footers, I don't know if Kentucky could play small ball. They definitely need the 7-footers back, because there's a lot of times where there was moments where the offensive players for Africa would get in the lane and they would get a really easy shot off just because there was no rim protection. So we definitely need both of the 7-footers. Without them, I don't know if we could make a deep run, just because at some point I feel like we will play big teams that would just be able to control the paint, control the glass. But when we get them two back, I think we could become a force.
Inside the arc, steps back over to Reeves. He's wide open.
But I want to rewind for a second because I want to talk about DJ though. And I just be impressed with DJ's ability to get to the basket. I know that was kind of his thing, but he's just been getting there extremely easy so far. And I hope that when it transitions over to Power 5 ball, I hope that he's still able to beat his man, because DJ just seems to be able to get to the glass and make stuff happen. Kind of reminds me of the way Shea Alexander used to get all the way to the glass. Like, I was always amazed at how easy he could get to the backboard and get his hand up on the backboard for a lot of his layups. And I feel like DJ could potentially be of that same mold. So I'm really excited to see DJ keep progressing too. Because as much as I talk about Reeves and Mitchell, we do have a team full of young guys, and they are going to have to mature. They're going to have to get a lot better. Even though they look good now, they still are going to have to progress a lot in order for us to be championship ready. But I do think that it's possible. I do feel like confident that they can do it. So hopefully they just stay working hard, keep grinding, keep getting better, and we'll be able to make a deep run.
Right-hand runner, left baseline. Got it.
How sweet was that? What, talking about recognizing what is there.
Spins away from his man, goes for the bucket, flips it in, got fouled. What a finish!
You better,
That was a nice finish. I mean,
if you're going to try to trap him that far away from the basket.
Shepard fakes the three, moves inside the arc, steps back over to Reeves. He's wide open.
see, and I feel like these are the type of shots that Kentucky's going to be able to get a lot of, just because most of the guards that we have are going to be able to beat one man off the dribble. And all you got to do is just make yourself available, and they'll get you the ball. Between DJ, Dillingham, Shepard,
KSR's Jack Pilgrim here once again.
between all these guys, I feel like there's just always going to be somebody that can float to a spot and be wide open, whether it be Reeves, whether it be Mitchell, Bradshaw, whoever the spot up shooters are going to be. I feel like there should be a whole lot of catch and shoot and alley-oops thrown this year. I feel like in transition, this team could become really dangerous, because you're going to have a lot of guys that can get the ball up the court, can make the right decisions and get it to other people. I feel like Edwards, Wagner, you get these guys out and get them running and stuff. And I feel like they could be a dangerous combination on the wings. And even Shepard, like Shepard's sneaky, athletic. Dillingham is athletic for his size. So, I mean, I feel like this is just going to be an exciting year, and I can't wait to see. Hopefully, they'll go on and cap this championship off tonight. But yeah, man. What else can we say? They look good. 3-0 so far. We'll go on and end it right there. We'll get ready for this championship game tonight, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. So, anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think about them, what y'all thought about their performance against Africa in the comment section, and we'll get back at it next time. Sports and Discourse with Derek Stevenson.